Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome into your daily read for Thursday, February 16th, 2023. As always, keep in mind this is general for the day for all 12 signs, so just take what resonates. But I do want to thank you for your patience. I haven't been getting these daily reads out. I'm starting to feel a bit better, but we're going to pull from the Light Series deck. But I think we're going to start by pre-pulling or just pulling in general an overall energy for the day from the Tattoo Tarot deck. And the message that I channeled before recording was shining brighter, shining brighter. Beautiful. So as I get the Tattoo Tarot deck, let's do some shuffling and see what we get for the overall energy, the overall tarot for Thursday. Okay, the Knight of Pentacles. There's a focus on the fact that you're moving slowly throughout this day. There could be an effortless beginning being highlighted. You could find that things just feel brighter for you individually, energy-wise. I do feel as if there's a focus on you being a star in your own individual way. I do feel as if what you achieve throughout this day ends up being very successful for you individually. I do sense that you're at least in the eyes of one, if not multiple other people, could be on a platform online. You're being put on a pedestal. I do feel like there are certain levels of chaos or stress. It could just be energy or spirituality. Could be more than one level. Bear with me. Could be some spiritual messing with. But I do sense that you're coping with this with a sense of experience, right? Therefore, it not getting to you as much as it once would have or it could have. But I do feel like you're also thinking about a past situation or past levels of stress that you once dealt with. I do feel as if there is a bit of a tired vibe about your energy throughout the day or just the day in general. You can even feel other people that you're crossing paths with. You could potentially be communicating with them. You could feel, probably will be feeling their tiredness or just what they're going through. But I do sense that it's a day where, again, through slow accomplishing, slow movement, just getting things done at a comfortable pace, even though you're feeling a bit tired potentially and a bit drained, some healing needing to be done also for a lot drawn to the reading. You're shining brighter once again. Hope that was put well. As you know, these readings just come out as they're meant to. Let's do some shuffling and pull from the Light Seers. For some of which drawn to the reading, there could be a focus on, they're saying a knight in shining armor with the Knight of Cups here. I do feel like there's an abundance of attention potentially. I also feel as if you look closely, I know you can't really see it in this lighting, there is a glow, a radiating vibe about this imagery. And so I really do feel as if, again, there's a focus on you coming off and just feeling better. Potentially self-care being implemented or past efforts towards watering one's well-being that's allowing you to shine a bit brighter or fully. The Hermit card. Okay, so I do feel like these naturally coinciding where you're just doing things by oneself. We have the Five of Wands. I just feel like you're needing to discard any levels of stress and just focus on the positives at this time. You could be pushed to think back to a past situation or past days when things were more chaotic than they are now. And you may be pushed to remember that if something was to have proceeded in a specific way or was to be continued in general, it would have left you with more stress than need be. Does that make sense? And so I do feel like therefore there's a focus on a new beginning. Whether this is within an existing situation that's meant to continue in a different way once again, or this could be a whole different situation for you individually. I do feel as if there's a focus on your world being more in your control than it feels at times. There's also going to be a true focus on your individual thoughts when you're working or just simply within your alone time. I do feel as if your path as well takes a focus. You're not walking it alone, even if it feels like it at times or at specific points throughout this day. I do feel like a lot of which drawn to the reading are being reminded you don't have to choose between love and career success or love and money. Does that make sense? I feel like you're being reminded in the categories of love and romance and career and financial success, you're meant for a lot of all of which, all right? To pick and choose would be a dishonor to one's wants and needs. Beautiful. Yeah, the Ace of Pentacles. So there could be a focus on a new job for some. It could be more so a new expansion. It could be simply spirit reminding you individually there's money coming in, right? It may not be, they're saying a buttload, right? Or it may not be all of the money you would desire or potentially would have acquired from past opportunities or different chapters, right? But Spirit's saying when you need it the most, it'll flow on in. Do not stress. But I also just feel like you're meant to remember that slow and steady wins the race. And I feel like even if you're looking to save up for a new opportunity, a new investment, so you might end up finding that along the way towards the completion, the fulfillment of that goal or these goals, your wants and desires might change or be tweaked a little bit in certain ways or in one big way. So just keep that in mind. Everything's progressing, coming to be, and ending as it's meant to. But I also just feel like, again, there's a focus on a new beginning for oneself. I'm getting that there's a key to be acquired in the future that's going to change your life forever. I do feel like, but in the meanwhile, a door is meant to open for you individually, and you need to remember that this is going to leave you with either more peace, but at the very least, I feel like more success in multiple ways or in one significant way. Beautiful. And it will leave you shining brighter in comparison to something similar from the recent past, or it could be rewinding further back. But look at this. There's a radiating, sort of electrifying but peaceful way about how you're glowing, shining throughout this day. And I feel like the colors of your personality are taking place and taking a highlight at certain points throughout this day. But I do feel like there's also, even though things are working out better and just feeling quite purposeful, even if you don't remember that 24/7, there's a feeling of you having this incompleteness about one, if not multiple areas of your life. Could just be that sort of void within. But then there are colorful moments, throughout this day where you just are reminded, again, things are purposeful and they could be a lot worse. So just remember that there's always a silver lining. But I just feel like there's also a reminder that when you're working, regardless of whether it's at home, whether it's at a job location, whether you're by yourself or with other people, you're meant to feel colorful. You're meant to feel happy. You're meant to enjoy whatever it is you're accomplishing, even if just money is on your mind and just the sole purpose of what you're accomplishing. Does that make sense? Or why you're working there, or working on whatever it is for you. Happiness is important. It affects the overall quality of whatever it is, and it can bleed out into areas, other areas of your life, period. And so I do feel like Spirit's also reminding you, yeah, work, money, a huge part of life. It's a huge part of, I feel like, your individual focus being drawn to this reading. But in moments of solitude, they're saying in the next 24 hours, interesting, you're going to be reminded that there's a lot of love right around the corner for you, whether it's with somebody that you already are wrapped up with or once were, but for a lot drawn to the reading, feels like a brand new soul, all right, or somebody you just met. But I do feel like there's just a focus on the fact that you're meant to have through it all a very financially comfortable future. But you could be thinking about a new move of residence for some, a new financial investment like a car, could be both. But either way, I just feel like through what you're accomplishing, through the shining brighter of oneself, you just can't help but think about, what else do I want? What do I not have right now? And Spirit's saying, slow your roll. Again, everything's going to come in for you, or you'll be meeting it halfway or approaching that destination or that accomplishment for oneself when the time is right. But it might feel like it's a crawl in a sense towards what you deserve. But at times we need to just, again, remember, you can't rush destiny. You can't rush the pace that's meant to be. And so there's a need to at times to put your hands up and say, I surrender to the process. I surrender to the fact that I am where I am at this time for a reason, or for more than one reason, it being purposeful, and that everything is changing as well, even if that's in small ways for you individually, as it's meant to. And if there is one, if not multiple moments of a bit of emotion throughout the day, put your hands up and say, this is a fleeting moment, right? And it's teaching me something through it all, even if I don't realize it in the moment, and just move on forward, all right? This is a very colorful day overall. So if you take a step back, you'll realize that or remember that. But it's a day where you're meant to remember and other people are meant to notice. You're simply shining brighter, all right? So this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your Thursday, and I'll see you next time.